remember what happened last time we played. It's been like a month.
Well, last time I thought we just did kind of a lot of cleanup and exploring and shuffling of scientists.
There was some of that, yep. You guys kind of figured out how the ship worked and stuff. Um, well, let's see. So, a little recap. You guys killed a squid man the previous time, and you rescued some captives who were in the slave hold of the ship. One of them was a Githzerai woman named Kakar. Her sister Carrot had been killed by Thresk, the mind flayer, and so Dwemer had assisted Kakar in giving her sister a proper funeral and send off. It was very nice. Um, the other person you rescued was a pretty Orad man named Hoseki, who uses a mechanical chair fitted with many storage compartments for paints and brushes. And the chair itself is covered with these cool little, small, beautiful paintings. He's an artist, okay? The two of them were very grateful that you rescued them. We're hoping that they were on a planet or that you had a ship, and were a little discouraged when they came to the helm of the ship and discovered that you guys were just kind of on some floating pieces of rubble. And they basically they're not 100% exactly sure where they are, but they have a rough idea. They think they know where a safe outpost on the edge of Illithid space may be. So they asked you guys to take them there, or at the very least, they asked you to be like, "Can we should get out of here at some point because this is still mind flare space, and the ship was just a scout, but there will probably be more mind flares passing through eventually." Um, and then they proceeded to just hang out and party with you guys for a while and just be baffled by everything that is fire, I guess. Um, you investigated the ship and you found some interesting treasures and magical artifacts, which I believe you were going to hand out at the beginning of this session. Does that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely.
Uh, and then Yend, Dwemer, and Agnes tested out the strange chairs that seem to be the method of piloting the ship. And in doing so, they kind of discovered that the ship has a kind of a level of sentience to it, and it seems to hunger for destruction. So that's fun. After convincing the other members of the Institute to board the ship for the evening, a fine meal was had, relaxing music was played, and a watch was set. Agnes and Ichaka pondered the workings of the hamster tubes and bonded over a love of collecting Pokemon, I guess. Um, you guys saw some shooting stars, and one of them landed close enough that Agnes was able to get a little crystal out of it, and it actually looks like the beacons, the magical crystals that usually line the Institute for a very specific purpose. So that's kind of weird. And then after they did their watch, Shaylin kept watch and discovered a tiny pixie who was near death, floating on just a chunk of debris nearby. The pixie and Shaylin quickly became friends, and then got distracted and wandered off in the middle of the watch. And Era the Goblin had to step in and finish that watch for them, grumbling. And finally, Dwemer had a moment to pray to his god Thor, which still a new sensation, or still a new thing he was learning, I guess.
Aye.
Yep. And in doing so, he regained the power to remove curses, which he promptly used on Branwen, the cursed crab. And that is where we begin, as everyone's finishing up their evening's rest. So first question: who slept on the top deck where this is happening?
That is
I'm
a
gonna say
great
some of the
question.
scientists are probably. I am once again on the wrong layer.
I think I'm on the top deck.
Who? Where would Yen
Let's see.
sleep?
Who's sleeping over here? Yeah, everyone find your bedrooms to start with. Pick your bunk, or where you would want a bunk to be.
Did we clean out these cells?
You did. There's a bunch of like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just miscellaneous junk. A mystery pile of bones in one corner, but
Yeah.
not that mysterious. You can guess where they came from.
Sure.
Some of it is old gear that was clearly taken from people that
Yeah.
have been captured and eaten.
I'd probably take the time to like clean out, you know, turn the cells into like an actual, for real, like halfway decent
Bedrooms.
living space. Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see like each cell would be like they'd be close, but it'd be like ship quarters, so you could at least fit a hammock or two in some of these narrow ones, and then some of the wider ones you could probably fit like 4 people in. And then there's storage areas over here, so like Kithen claimed this one apparently. Kiki, really?
Yeah. Really.
No, don't be nerds. There's all kinds of, if you don't mind moving the obvious gore and evidence of some dubious scientific experiments. There's rooms in the lower deck also. And there's plenty of space on the top up here. It's pretty open, so lots of people can just camp out on the floor.
Well, I'm sleeping here.
It looks like I have to read. Fen, the other frog, the other dapper frog. Fen is like, I dibs on the one bed, and has happily helped himself to probably about the point where you guys are searching for bedrooms. Like one of you's like, oh yeah, there's a bed in the back, and he's already passed out. Mine. And I guess Hoseki and Kaka are just gonna sleep in the chairs around the table. They're just like, this is, you know what, we're safe now, this is fine, these chairs are comfy. Boom. Yeah, so Agnes, are you also up on the top, on the
Yes, I'm
top
on
floor?
the top.
Alright, so it looks like really just you and Hoseki and Kaka are gonna see this. You start to wake up to a bright shininess, like a strange, like there's a humming sound and a strange flash of light, and you open your eyes to see Branwyn start lifting above the floor, glowing with some kind of holy light. Picture, if you will, the scene in Beauty and the Beast where Beast transforms at the end there. That sort of thing. It's very majestic. And I don't know, how do you react as you see him hovering there, glowing and undergoing some sort of shape change or whatever?
I'm just kind of more shell-shocked of the potential loss of my crab friend.
Your friend Cravo?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
if he's gonna be still fine afterwards, no biggie. But then I won't get to carry him around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know how it goes.
Eh.
I'm just more like, what are you doing to my crab?
Yep. You watch as these beams of light shoot from each of its Branwood's little crabby legs, and it looks very cool. And suddenly, there's kind of a popping sound. Chris, will you provide a popping sound for me? Hey. And Branwyn turns into a flump. You see a strange, kind of like a flying saucer jellyfish creature of sorts, hovering above the floor. It makes little flump sounds as it kind of puts around, and it says, thank you for breaking the spell. This one is very grateful." Saying this to Dwemer. Do you want to hear this one story?
Well, I suppose. Yes.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Let's.
You're
let's deal.
cursed by a warlock, right?
Oh, this story goes much longer than that. You see, this one and their cloister of 32 brethren were simultaneously transformed into small crustaceans by a caster whose powers seem to be amplified by a strange machine. This caster seemed to want us for some sort of ritual. We do not remember how we came to be there, but it seemed that the spell went wrong. We do not remember details of this caster's appearance. It would appear that there's something that makes it hard to remember any specifics about them. But I remember this one remembers that they seemed surprised. And this one remembers the sound of the hamsters running in their little wheels. The wheels that powered the strange machine. They were so cute. Then, before this one could process what had happened, the cloister and this one were transported to a world of water, where we were promptly captured by a passing fisherman. We tried to explain our situation to him, but in our new forms, we were quickly losing the ability to speak. The fisherman was astounded that we could speak. Wait, that didn't make sense. Anyways, the fisherman was astounded and asked if we had been cursed by a warlock, and those are the last words that this one can remember. And then it kind of floats over to Dwemer and just kind of like awkwardly hugs you, like wraps his tentacles around you. Thank you, strange, magical dwarf, for freeing this one from the terrible spell.
Drummer's got his hands up in the air, a look of panic on his face, like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? He's edging towards Agnes. He's like, Prudence, you mind taking care of this? It's you're not Crab anymore.
I mean, I wasn't gonna abandon my Branwyn.
Ah, yes. This is the name that you have given this one. We do not usually use names, but this one will use that name if it pleases you. Thank you for the takoyaki. At this point, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I still have plenty of takoyaki. It just opens bag and you can just see several sticks poking out.
I feel like at this point they're sort of gluing themselves together.
They're
how long
fusing into
takoyaki-
one giant takoyaki.
Mega takoyaki.
Mega takoyaki.
Brenwyn, the flump, kind of like you see actually. I forget what the colors are. It actually changes color. Like it turns to like a happier color, pink. We'll say pink. It's like, oh, the memory of the takoyaki will stay with us forever. Alas, in this form, we do not eat such things. And at this point, Kakar and Oseki, who have been awoken by the noise, and are like kind of rubbing their eyes, and Kakar's like, "Oh, that's one of those flump things." What? Where? How? Where did this come from?
So, you remember the crab that keeps saying it was cursed by a warlock?
Oh yeah.
That's it, without the curse.
Huh. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Well, you know, Githyanki do not like these creatures at all. They feed off psionic energy. But I am Githzerai, and I don't have any psionic powers, so it's probably fine. I've heard you should always trust a flump. And Branwyn just kind of putts around the ship, humming to
Do
itself.
you accept head pats?
I will this one does happily accept the head pats. Oh, hi, brain
Okay.
puppy. I did not mean to put you here. Go away. There we go.
Very well, this is acceptable. As long as I can give you head pats.
Do you pat
I
him on the head?
I pat Branwyn.
Brenwyn turns fun polka dot colors, and you get the impression that they're in a good mood. Kind of like a mood ring, but floaty and makes weird putting sounds.
Gelatinous.
Yes.
Yep.
I now have a pet jello.
A pet jellyfish, kinda.
Yeah, pet jellyfish.
You get the impression that this version of Branwyn is a lot smarter than it was previously. So it's more like now you have a friend jellyfish.
Yes.
But you have befriended this jellyfish in your time together, so he's happy to hang out with you.
Yay.
Let's see here. What's everybody's passive perception?
Um,
I know.
13.
Then Earl has a 10.
I think mine is 2? I don't know. It's probably 2.
No. What is your perception normally, Cal?
I don't know.
Here, let me see if it's in the journal.
Like, perception is based on wisdom, so my wisdom is 14.
It should say.
Okay, so then you're going to have an 11 in passive perception because it's wisdom plus 10.
It says on your character sheet
12.
12. Yeah.
Oh, 12.
Excuse
I
me.
didn't realize how that was listed. And
That's okay. It's kind of a weird thing. It doesn't usually come up very often. I don't even know if I'm using it correctly right now. Chris, sorry, what did you say yours was? Yours
13.
14? 13? I think you're the highest.
Yeah.
Alright. Yen. Wait, let's see, where are you?
I'm below
Downstairs,
deck.
right? Yep. Yen, you're waking up, I assume.
Okay.
And like you kind of hear that there's some talking going on upstairs. And you notice there's not very many people down here. It's kind of weird.
That's fine.
Yep.
Yend is okay with this.
There's something. It feels like there's a sound missing, and you kind of think about it for a minute, and then you realize you can't hear Shaylin talking,
Barking.
or giggling, or doing Shaylin stuff.
No chance that she's still asleep?
You don't see her.
No, she would definitely be the loudest voice if people were awake.
And you know from the past couple nights, Shaylin snores a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a very cute snore, but it is audible.
I'll pick myself up and head above deck. Grab
everybody
my lizard.
Everybody else waking up at this time?
Are we?
Yeah, sure. You guys start waking up. You've had a full night's rest. It is technically morning, even though it looks exactly the same outside. You pick up your lizard. Oh, yes! Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot to get not a Lephos.
Athetos.
what's his name? Athetos. I'm gonna mess up and call your lizard after our bird friend.
Probably. He had to go and do that.
Hold on. I knew there was something I was missing.
Yeah. I'll probably come up the stairs and like look around and be like, "Where's the?"
You actually.
Go ahead.
You're looking for.
I look around a bit and then I'm like, "Where's the girl?"
You actually noticed that a couple people seem to be missing. You don't see Rudo or Grudrir either. It's weird.
Where is half of us?
Where's people? Mm-hmm.
I look accusatorily at the brain puppy.
It cowers and tries to blend in with the corner. Dwemer, are you still hanging out on? Are you just stayed on the deck while doing this whole thing?
Between a floof and a ballista, I'm more comfortable with the ballista.
Okay. You start to hear kind of a faint sound coming from the direction of the fragment, the remnant of fire, if you will. Oh wait, lizard, stand by while I drag in the lizard real fast. There's your friend. Yes, sorry. You hear kind of a faint weeping sound coming from the fragment. Do you investigate?
Prudence.
Yeah.
I think I'm hearing something coming from the remains of the building. I'm going to go check it out.
Do you want me to come with you? Provide your satanical backup?
Uh, he thinks about it. I suppose if you're of a mind to, just please pass the word that we're out adventuring.
Yeah. I use message and tell everybody. Yeah, me and Dwem what are going to explore the ruins
Dwem what?
again.
All right.
What?
Very good. Cool. You go out to. Let me pull you back into Torch. There we go. Hi ho. And stand on the deck. Oh, the three guys are not here yet. Hey, Shaylin, you're not here.
Deleted.
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 You actually notice Grudrir is actually just hanging out on one of the like one of the pieces. She's got a plant with her, so she's got some air, and she's just like collecting stones and doing little archaeologist stuff, just humming to herself. But she doesn't seem to be the source of the sound. You actually hear it coming from over here, and you see the little pixie. Actually, neither of you knew about the pixie. There's the tiny pixie.
Oh my gosh, it's a tiny person.
Let me drag in my pixie and see if it'll actually load this time. That would be nice. And she's there you go. She's like, oh, please help. You're friends of Shaylin, right?
Yes.
We
Go
found.
that far.
Unfortunately.
You see, we're best friends now. We've decided this. We've only known each other for like an hour, but we are bosom sisters. But we had an idea. You see, we were so lonely. We missed home, and we thought maybe everyone else must be lonely too. So we thought we'd make a game. We found these really pretty eggs.
Oh no.
We thought we would make like a treasure hunt, and you could go look for them, and everyone would be happy. But then when we were hiding the eggs, a terrible creature with sharp, pointed teeth like knives came and kidnapped Shaylin. And it said if we didn't return the eggs within the hour, that she would die, that it would eat her. We gotta find these eggs. Will you help me find these eggs?
Yeah. Agnes just proceeds to have a mental existential crisis over eggs. It's like multicolored eggs. Where did you find multicolored eggs? It's space, but space is empty. This is the only thing here. Trevor, how did you find eggs in space?
We found them just on a floating rock. Turns out there's all kinds of weird stuff floating around on these rocks out here. It's almost like they're fragments of some kind of destroyed world or something. Cough.
We don't
What
have
you just
random
heard was the
snapshots.
sound of the fourth wall being hit with a hammer.
Yep. And admittedly, I used some of my magic to make them more pretty and colorful, and also to hide them better so that they would blend in. Because it wouldn't be very fun if you could just see the eggs, like right there.
Agnes is just
We actually
looking
can.
at it. We
Yes,
can see
yeah.
every single fucking egg.
Yes, you can. I tried hiding them. They don't hide very well.
I was moving my blood. Okay.
These are representative eggs.
Very well.
These are all stations you can search.
Agnes is just kind of standing there listening to this fairy's tale, and the existential crisis is over, and now just pure and utter sigh is the mood. And she looks over at Glimmer and is like, I hope to God we don't get some kind of space STD from all this.
From touching the eggs?
from touching anything in general in this vicinity.
That is fair. Do you have space sanitizer?
I don't know. Dwemer, does your god provide space sanitizer?
I'm not quite sure if it falls into the section heading for cure spells or not.
Well, we'll have to find out at some point.
Oh, great. Alright, roll up your sleeves, get the rest of the crew, and I suppose we should get at it.
Alright.
I hid them all over this building, and some of them were inside the ship. And I think I put some on an asteroid, but honestly, my memory is not very good. And also, Shaylin hid some of them too, so...
Well,
I don't
Well-
even remember how many there were.
shit.
Woohoo.
Uses message. Who's up for fixing Shaylin's bullshit? She hid eggs.
And if the
One
answer is
egg.
no, I'm more than willing to untentacle the ship and get out of here.
Just leave her.
I mean, the eggs
She
could
can
be
jump.
True.
Very,
How far can she jump?
That didn't
Pretty
work.
far, actually. We did that math. Alright.
Apparently, my token is not associated with my journal entry.
Oh no! Alright, are you all coming out? There
Yes.
are some in the ship too. There's only a couple,
Free
but...
invitation to find eggs.
Well, hold on, let me make the ones in the ship actually appear, because I figured those ones would be immediately suspicious. Yeah.
Ugh. I'm gonna stop calling Shaylin Shaylin and just calling her Shaylak.
Shaylak.
Yes,
Shall-
lacking of many things.
Okay. Alright. Wait, I forgot to drag you guys back over. Let me drag you back to the space level. So I'm assuming you're going inside to talk to people to start with. So I'm gonna drag you back into the ship. Also, somebody discorded me something. Yes? Oh, that was from a while ago.
Crab.
Crap.
There was a crab. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Not anymore. There's but a jellyfish. Who kind of puts around. Being like, oh, if only this one knew how to save its cloister from the terrible fishermen
What
who
in
were
the-
selling us
What in the?
as trinkets.
What? What is that? And is it dangerous?
Hello. This one is a friendly friend.
Yeah. I'll be the judge of that. Thank you.
It kind of hovers closer and starts poking you with tentacles.
No, that's
Let
enough.
this one massage thy brain.
I bat the tentacles away. I'm like, nope. The brain is off limits. Thank you.
This one wonders where it can get a psionic snack. Is your lizard magical? Does it have brain powers?
No and no.
This one is very sad. It will float over here.
What has happened while I slept? Things are
And the
weirder.
other
Things are
Scientists are like, what's going on?
things
I
are
heard a
stranger.
ruckus.
Things are stranger by the hour on this vessel.
Dump. And nobody expects the dwarven exposition. So,
Crap.
at some point, Shaylin, in her infinite wisdom, air quotes, decided to go back to the ruined building after finding eggs on an asteroid, and then decided to make them pretty with the colors and use a little fairy friend she found also on an asteroid to hide them in the fucking building. And now Mama Egg Thingy has taken Shaylin somewhere and is demanding the eggs back before she eats her instead. So we need a search party, or we need to decide if we're leaving there. Quite frankly, I really don't care what you do.
Just find the eggs, otherwise Shayla's probably gonna be eaten by a weird space rabbit.
I mean, that's probably going to happen regardless of what we do inevitably. But then I only heard the second half of that story.
Chaka's like, space rabbit?
Yeah, the pixie basically described some demented rabbit that
Huh.
kidnapped Shaylin for taking their eggs.
Their eggs?
Yeah, that's what's hidden.
You can see Chaka makes a face. It's kind of a complicated face because there's a moment of like panic, and then it's just overcome with confusion, and then it just turns into. I actually have no idea what's going on. But rabbits don't lay eggs.
This is a space rabbit, so anything is possible.
Have we
did you
seen this creature?
Yeah, did you see
No.
the rabbit?
Then-
We didn't see the rabbit, but I'm assuming that is a weird space rabbit because that's what the pixie said.
Anne, real quick.
Mhm.
It just occurred to me that Vanrill is literally standing next to one of these eggs.
Yeah, like I said, I tried hiding them at first, and then I realized there's no way to be subtle about this. So these are metaphorical, representative eggs.
Okay.
Each egg is an area where you can perform a search function of some sort, and we'll do that.
You should have used the GM layer.
It's true, but I was actually. I had them on the GM layer, and then I revealed them, being like, but then it'll be fun. It'll be like a picture find. Oh wait, no, I'm bad at that. Bad at hiding those. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to make this work, so this is
Yeah.
how I'm doing it.
All right.
It's fine.
Well, that's fine.
Too late now.
Yep.
Perhaps there are more that you don't know about that are hidden on the GM layer that I'm going to create right now.
That's
No,
that would be
not-
smart. That would be smart.
Yeah, that would be smart. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to search inside the ship or in the fragment to start with?
Ship would be easier.
Okay.
At least that's my vote.
We should probably fan out if we are low on time.
Yeah.
Let's see, can I am so.
And then I look around and I'm like, okay, there's only 4 of us here that can
that are actually
that
useful.
that are actually useful. So I'm like, let's split into pairs.
Yeah. Achaka's gonna be like, I'm gonna go. Has anyone seen Rudo? I'm gonna go look for my brother, and she's gonna go downstairs. And Fen is like, well, you guys have fun. I think I'm too old for treasure hunts, and he goes back to sleep.
Yes, please don't go anywhere.
And the, I guess Kithin and these two stand around being like, we're here to help if you want, but also, that sounds like a you problem. We'll help if you want us to, but we really don't care that much about that Shaylin character.
We only have an hour to find these things.
You can boss them around if you want.
Yeah, if we only have an hour left, I'm gonna turn to Kithin and be like, in an hour it won't matter. You can low fall you want after that. Just find the eggs
Where you want me to look?
below deck.
Aye, Captain. And she stalks off. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative, just so that this is not for battle, just so I don't get distracted and forget
Sure.
who did what when. Because last time I got very distracted. Oh, that worked out very well.
What? How do you have
It just
negative
automatically-
initiative?
It's dexterity based.
Yeah.
I give so little of a damn, it's technically a 0.
Yep. we're just like, I'll see what everybody else does. Oh, this gives me time to plan. Add turn. There we go.
Does one of us have a bag of holding or something?
I don't believe you guys do.
Okay.
The previous game we did.
Yep.
Different character.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
We're only level 5.
Wait. In what? In the underwater one, you had a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had it?
Pretty sure it was a Dow.
Okay, never mind. Then you don't have a bag of holding anymore.
Nope. All gone.
Be like, if one of you guys had it, you would still have it. But alas.
Well, only one of us was from the previous water campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 10. Okay. And I will use you as my scientists. So that you're in there. Okay. So, Yend, where do you search and how?
Yend is gonna go outside, back to the
Okay.
back to the broken ruins.
Okay. Boy, I wish that I could have you guys on 2 maps at once.
You can.
That would be nice. How?
You drag our name from the bottom of the screen
Oh,
onto a
okay.
map.
Nope, not that one. There you go. Is anybody else accompanying Yen? Outside.
I'll probably go outside because I figure there's not very many in the ship.
Okay. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
You.
Okay. So half inside, half outside was the plan.
Well, I'm going outside.
Wimmer is still
Yes,
out.
you're outside, and Agnes is outside.
I suggested we go into pairs, but I'm used to not being listened to, so I'm just gonna go out in the ruins and watch what happens.
Okay. I need to grab your token because apparently it's not associated.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Sorry. I'm already putting you guys to sleep. No bueno.
Everyone is tired.
It's true. Dwemer, are you gonna search inside or outside?
These legs are not meant for stumping after the infamous Cadbury of Colic. I'm going to stay inside the fucking ship.
Okay. There you go. I think Ruder's just hanging out doing her thing. I keep forgetting she's over there and being like, ah.
Gruder is just outside.
Yeah, she's got a little plant with her. She's doing her archaeologist shit. She's got like a pile of rocks that she's just grabbing stuff off passing asteroids. And she's got like a little pick and brush and a little notebook, and you can just hear her talking to herself and just kind of humming to herself and being like, "Oh, fascinating! Oh, I'm gonna write that one down." I think this one was like a shoe.
Grudrir.
What? Yes. Oh, good morning.
Evening?
Afternoon. What time is it?
Stop talking. Are any of those rocks you're handling actually a brightly colored egg?
Well, I did find this one over here. But I was planning to study it for archaeological purposes.
No, I
seems to be very.
I apologize, Grudrir, but that egg is ransom.
It's what now?
Long story. Please give me the egg.
But science.
It's going to a good cause.
Make a persuasion check. Or an intimidation check. He's like hugging you to her, being like, "But no, this is the coolest thing I found." Okay, yeah. Yeah, alright. I did find this like half a shoe. I guess that's pretty cool too.
I will make it up to you if it matters that much.
Thank you. And then she kind of like grudgingly goes
Yep.
back to like dusting off the shoe fragment.
Mm-hmm.
Even in my
It's
fantasy
cool, like-
world, the nerds get bullied.
Yep. Aw. Alright. Good thing. Van Roll, back to you on the ship. Which I really should title ship because I keep forgetting which map it is.
Do that now.
Okay. I will do that. Ship there.
Have a good idea in the spur of the moment. Take the moment to spur it on.
Van Roll.
is going to nibble on some breakfasts and try to piece together what actually happened.
Okay.
And eggs and fairies and Shaylin being eaten, just, alright.
Whoever is like right behind you, you could ask for clarification if you want.
But will he understand?
That would require him to, be more engaged with the subject than he actually is.
So you don't give a damn, but you're pretending that you give a damn.
So
Got it.
you're eating breakfast and being like, I am searching for an egg in the breakfast.
Uh,
No, I guess there's no eggs here.
Pretty much.
Wait,
Well,
so
like,
you're...
I don't know if anyone remembers, but Vanriel did, like, threaten to burn Shaylin alive,
Yeah.
once upon a time, so...
Yeah, it's fair. Where did you get snacks from? Were you in like there's kind of a sort of kitcheny area down here, or are you just eating rations up on the deck?
Let me answer that question.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's probably still a plate of Goodberry pancakes left up here from Dwemer's earlier cooking experiments.
Don't
Oh,
berries
yeah, that's a good
disappear
point.
pretty quickly?
Good berries
The
expire
food
and
goes bad if not consumed within 24 hours.
Oh, okay,
The water that's created is good as long as you can keep it in a container.
that's cool.
similar story with good berries. They lose their potency after like 8 hours or something.
All right. So, Vanril, you eat food. You feel sated.
I do.
Watch.
After a pancake or three,
Yeah.
he turns to Dwemer and is like, okay, so what are we actually doing?
I wish I had a good answer for you.
Yeah,
All I
okay.
know is I heard something off the ship. Sounded like somebody crying. Poked my nose in with prudence. Turned out to be a wee little lass the size of your hand. Saying she was Shaylin's bestest little buddy in the world. Something came out of the woodwork after they found some fucking eggs and made them all sparkling colours and hid them for a lark and demanded them back on Shaylin's life. That's what I got out of the ferry. It's probably still outside if you want to drill it for information. But from my understanding, they hid these eggs on a lark just to have fun, and now the thing wants them back. So we've got to find them and return them to the evil Cobb Barrier Coolidge in order to get our idiot friend back.
Okay.
I fail to see this as a problem.
Poor Shaylin.
I mean, I'm with you, Vanderbilt. This is really a fault of its own making, clearly. I mean, they tell you don't shit down your own mine shaft for a reason, right?
Yes.
That's definitely a thing that they say.
Yeah, Hoseki from behind you is just like, that is a new phrase I have not heard before. That's a good phrase. Good saying. He also eats some of the pancakes.
Just claps.
If you're not actively searching, though, I guess we'll move on to somebody else.
Well, it's the kind of thing of, like, okay, so there are eggs and they're hidden everywhere. Like what?
It's basically everywhere on the map you can see an egg. There is an event you can interact with.
No, I get that, but Vanriel doesn't.
Oh, that's fair.
Like, this is
just
such a
knows-
left fielded concept that I'm like, my character does not have
Yeah.
a predetermined reaction here.
Well, that's fair. Like, out of context, someone being like, Our friend just hid some eggs around for some reason, and we're supposed to look for. It's weird. It's kind of a weird idea. Also, wouldn't they get stinky if you don't find them?
Yes.
Who started this tradition?
Yes.
And what does it have to do with rabbits? Rabbits don't lay eggs.
Look, we can't let our D&D game get caught up in this discussion.
I like that it looks like you now have an egg as a hat.
I'm even better dressed.
Oh, also.
Excellent.
Yes, excellent. Oh no! That was a mistake. I removed you from the map because you're not on this map, but now you've been removed from the turn order, so I'm gonna just undo that.
It's a problem. I mean, I can't even see myself on the turn order on my map because
Right.
it distinguishes between that sort of thing.
I wish it could remember that. Do you remember you were like 12, I think?
Me?
She's
Agnes.
14.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Well, Yen was 14. Agnes was 12.
15?
Nope.
Yeah, 15.
I was 15.
15. Hey, I'm already ruining things. Go back to
Yay.
second layer. I'm just gonna put you in space to represent the fact that you are somewhere else.
Play it like Pac-Man. Make a little corral and mark it players not currently in map.
Yeah. Waka 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 waka. Here, you can hang out on this asteroid. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Placeholder.
Yep. Dwimmer's here. Oh yeah, and yeah, and you're also outside.
Yep.
There. Okay. That's better. Okay, so Vanril just wanders. Correct?
And just kind of begins half-heartedly, like, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I guess I'm gonna try to look for it.
Alright. Make a
Do you
perception
say
check.
that out loud, or are you just like keeping that to yourself?
Not saying that out loud. After he talks with Dwemer, again, be like, just, well, okay, I guess I'll see what I can see. Just kind of
Keeping a tally. I'll
just
tally.
moseys off.
Alright.
What was that in? Make a.
I was just thinking to myself I should keep a tally of the number of eggs you find.
Okay.
Wise move.
That would be smart. Elliot, so currently you have 1 egg. If you want to search, you can make a perception check. You can make an investigation check. Check the scene of the crime.
Okay.
You can just wander around aimlessly. You also don't have to search. You can play with the ship. You can just you can make the ship leave right now and be like, we'll just take a
Fuck 'em.
spin while the others look. So sorry. What did you want to do?
I'm looking through my skills right now to figure out what would be best.
Yep.
Because that is going to actually be investigation.
Investigation. And
Okay, 10.
you hear kind of a little scuttling sound. Kind of like not Henwin, Brenwin, but like more rodent-like. And you kind of look under the table, and there's a hamster with a giant, its cheeks puffed out, real big, in a suspiciously egg-shaped shape. And the hamster sees you, and it just starts trying to scamper away. What do you do?
Mage hand.
For just a fraction of a second, I thought you were gonna say magic missile.
Also plausible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not today. Not today, bitch.
Are you you're basically trying to catch it with the mage hand?
Yes.
I guess that would be. I feel like that'd still be a dexterity check.
Okay. Uno momento. $22.
Whoa! You deftly catch it by like its tiny, tiny hamster tail, and you dangle it, and it like kind of swims midair, sadly, determinedly holding on to the eggs in it, the egg in its cheek. But you could probably like poke it, and it'll spit the egg out.
Okay, yeah, like as it is dangling from the mage hand, Vanril will just kind of like hold his hand out under its mouth and like poke at it.
It begrudgingly spits out a humongous egg that is actually bigger than its body, and you're not quite sure how it was able to carry that around in its cheeks. These hamsters are weird.
This isn't like an institute hamster for all intents and purposes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What does the egg look like once I have it?
Oh, it's interesting. It looks like a pretty crystal, and a crystal that is shaped like an egg, so it's very spherical and smooth. But you can see that it kind of has a glow to it. This one has kind of a red glow to it, and you can see that someone has taken some paint and drawn little scribbles on it. You have a suspicion that person is Shaylin. He's drawn some decoration. There's some like loopy flowers and stuff on it. Smiley face. They're smudged from, being inside hamster mouth. But anyways, you now have 2 eggs. Congratulations. What do you do with the hamster?
The hamster can go. Just set him down wherever.
Okay.
Hand him off to a scientist or something.
Oh yeah. You don't actually see any scientists around at the moment. Blessedly scientist free. You just have your 2 friends. Your 2 new friends who are just watching.
Blessedly
like,
scientist free. Yeah, that's about how we feel.
Yep. Hoseki and Kakar watched this whole scenario being like, is that a miniature giant space hamster? Huh. But they don't get up or do anything. The hamster scuttles off.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've never
great.
seen one so small, it's so tiny.
Well, I mean, these are just creatures that exist from where from. I don't know if they're miniature or giant anythings.
Oh, they're normally much bigger than that. It's kind of cute. I always thought they were terrifying, but like when they're tiny like that, okay, I see the appeal.
I think we might be well past the point of applying the word normally to anything. Vanro returns to Dwemer.
Alright, Dwemer, it is your turn.
Egg in hand.
Egg in hand, alright. You now have 2 eggs.
Oh, you found a cardberry. Good.
I should probably delete the one you found.
I guess it was in a hamster.
You what?
It was in one of the Institute hamsters, the messengers.
Well, I suppose it's better than a 10-foot tall talking rabbit.
Yeah.
Whoever gives you luck. Like, look, I'm not too familiar with this stupid gig. It's somebody else's religion, but you mean to tell me you never heard of the Aster Bunny?
Oh my god.
Vanril rolls like a religion check.
Oh boy. Roll
To
that
find
check.
out if he even knows what that is. Nope.
Alright, Dwemer. Now's your time to educate.
I better make a religion check to see how much I know. Is this not my religion? Hey, I've heard hearsay and rumors.
You've heard of it at least. You know of the Oyster Bunny. How do you say
All
it?
right,
Esther?
I
Well,
mean,
Esther Hare, I think is what it's called.
the Esther
traditionally.
hair.
Yep.
It's got something to do with some oddball religion, monotheistic, what is it? A harvest ritual, fucking, something to do with renewal and rebirth and that kind of shit. They basically get the kids all together and then they send them out to find brightly colored objects like dyed eggs, and whoever gets the most back in the village center gets a prize, usually chocolate or candy or something. It's a community ritual thing. Where I'm from, it's called the Carberry Kulik, but I also heard it known as the East Bunny, or the Easter Hare. Don't ask me why it's a rabbit. I have no idea why it's a rabbit. Like I said,
Well.
somebody else's religion.
Yeah.
We,
Okay.
Ian, I'm a dwarf. We just hide barrels of mead. Whoever gets it, gets it.
That does sound like a fun game.
That would
Whoever
be
comes
a
back
much.
drunker is the winner.
Yeah, it's like that's a good contest. Whoever is the most drunk wins in multiple ways.
Aye.
I would much prefer your cultural version of this particular sport, holiday sport.
Drummer hands him a flask.
Dwemer, are you gonna do any searching for eggs, or are you just gonna like just watch?
Trying to see which ones. Let's see, it's, investigation's like a 1. Perception's like a 2. I guess that's gonna be my best bet.
I would also take like. Oh, there you go. I mean, in this case, if you get creative and you're like, I want to do acrobatics, then I will find a way for you to find the egg if you roll really awesomely on it. So feel free to be creative.
I don't think I can make an argument for athletics
You just
or
start
survival
ripping
in
up
this case.
You rip up panels from the floor looking for eggs.
Yeah, but we need. I mean, if I was on the fire asteroid, I would do that because I don't give a shit about the thing we're going to leave behind. We kind of need the ship in one piece.
That's fair. Well, you look around. You don't see any. I mean, there's a lot of weirdly colored stuff around, but there's just a lot of weird stuff on the ship in general. So, at first glance, nothing really pops out. Maybe next time. At this point, Chaka's gonna come up from upstairs and be like, I can't find my brother. Has anybody seen Rudo? What are you guys doing?
Looking for these. Holds up the crystal egg.
And she gets momentarily distracted, like, ooh, shiny, and it's an egg. And I studied monsters. Ooh, that's cool. That's ooh, interesting. What kind
And
of egg is
Shaylin
that?
pissed off its mother by stealing the brood and hiding it for a lark. Now they gotta find all the little buggers and give them back to dear old mum, otherwise Shaylin gets it.
Smooth, kind of leathery skin. Fascinating. Doesn't appear to be a bird egg. I wonder kind of. Oh wait, but I have to find my brother. Good luck with that. I'm gonna go look outside. And then she promptly scuttles off to somewhere else land. And now we go over to the other map. Hey, Agnes and Yend. Thank you for your patience.
Well,
Me.
Yep, it's you. Whoever wants to go first.
um, so I'm still kind of like just here on the ship as I watched like Yen heat off of it to go assault Frog.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna kind of explore and poke the tentacles and maybe see if like there's eggs in the tentacles.
Good insight. What would a poke check be? I guess. Make an attack on the tentacles. Or, I guess just roll a d20. I don't know what else you would add to that. A poke check.
Poke check.
A dexterity? Shrug? Roll whatever you feel like.
Fuck performance.
Performance, there you go. You sing at the tentacles. Or you play an instrument for them.
Yes.
And it's interesting because since you have kind of bonded with the ship a little bit using the chair, you can play music, and you notice that when you do, the tentacles kind of move a little bit to the sound of your singing, because it still has a little bit of you got a little bit of its consciousness when you were in the chair, and you got a little bit of yours. So it's now like, oh, it turns out this music thing, I kind of like it. And as it's wiggling its little purple tentacles around, you do see a purple egg cleverly stashed amongst the tentacles. They're kind of in a precarious place. You're gonna have to kind of climb down to get to it.
Okay.
Would
This
probably
is
be
fine.
an acrobatics check, unless you have, or dexterity, or if you have a spell that could pluck it from the tentacles, because these ones are actually kind of
Acrobatics.
underneath. Sorry, say again.
I did an acrobatics.
Acrobatics! You skillfully jump down there and grab that egg, and now you guys have 3 eggs. Good work. Woo indeed.
I just like shout into the ship. It's like, Brandwood, there's eggs. Wanna help me find eggs?
From the
Brain
ship,
puppy.
you in the brain
I
puppy.
summon my minions.
You summon your minion. you hear from inside the ship. Just Brendan being like, this one is very curious about these eggs. This one will come. And you hear Branwyn puttering generally slowly in your direction. He will appear next NPC's turn. As will your other minions.
Come, my minions, help me find eggs.
You're not sure where Larry went though. The pseudo dragon.
It was in my bag, I thought.
He was at one point. He's not there anymore. You saw the brain puppy inside, and you saw Branwyn, but Larry's somewhere else. Anyways,
Eggoos.
that is a good thing to call. Yes, Larry'd be like, breakfast. Yend.
I think Yend is gonna move into the main room here.
Okay. And look around.
And activate whatever vignette you have prepared for that room.
Roll some kind of search for me, or roll a skill check of your choice. And I will try to figure out how to make that work with eggs.
Identifying biology.
Nature
check.
There's all these weird plants and stuff, but you know these plants. But one of these plants has a weird bud growing from it that you don't remember. Hey, it's an egg. This plant is unfortunately a cactus. It is covered in spikes. You have to be very careful extracting this egg. How do you remove it from the plant?
I druid craft the cactus to just lay the fuck off for a second.
Alright,
Like
that'll do.
like cactus, I need that egg. You can be spiny after I get the egg.
Okay. You kind of like have the cactus bend its spines outward
Yeah.
in a shape that will not hurt you.
Yes.
Grab the egg and then bend it back.
And then I thank the cactus.
You get the impression it is like, yeah, whatever, boss. It's a cactus.
Yeah.
Doing its cactus
I mean,
thing.
I'm not its boss. It.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Cool. Good work. So you now have 4? No, 5.
I have 2. I think everybody else has 1.
Alright. Back to Vanril. Are you guys having fun yet?
Honestly, yeah, because it is the left field of like, okay, how do we justify this within the context of
Yeah.
our
What's going
situation
on?
and characters and
Yeah.
everything? Like, yeah.
It's a role playing challenge.
Alright,
Especially because I was like, yeah, we could be like, oh yeah, no, we don't need to rescue, Shaylin. Like, she's just gonna get eaten by a mind flayer tomorrow anyway. But that's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the principle of the thing.
There's gotta be something in your, like, you got, your characters, I don't know what your lawfulness is. I am sure that you're probably not, like, lawful good characters in general, but I bet there's some part of it that's like, I'd probably feel a little bad abandoning Shaylin to whatever beast has.
Dwemer, did you get this egg right here?
No,
He did not see
I
it.
didn't find it.
Okay.
Got roll
Did,
again, I'm sorry. Do you want to search for eggs?
Yeah. I will search for egg.
Good. What are you
And-
using to search for eggs?
Searching for eggs will be. Actually, the one that I'm holding, does it have any kind of magic resonance to it?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 21.
Yeah. Kind
Okay.
of. You feel like maybe not the egg itself, but what is in the egg has a bit of magic to it. It's not
Okay.
strong, but there's a magic-y pulse.
Then can I start Arcana checking around for similarities?
Ah, clever. I feel like detect magic is the spell that you would want. Yeah, I don't know if you can use Arcana check like that. That being said, how can I bullshit this?
If I had detect magic, I would use it, but I'm
Yeah.
a sorcerer. I'm not allowed to be, smart with magic.
Right. Okay, so you look at this and you know that it is kind of magical. And you can see that Branwyn, when it hovers near magical stuff, occasionally turns different colors. So you see it just kind of hovering around the room, and it does kind of turn a pinkish color when it is over this region.
Ah, okay.
And
Hey,
it kind of floats along.
hey, you, Flumph. The
This one goes by the name of Brandwood now, apparently.
wait, you're Branwyn?
Oh,
Yes.
I removed the curse because it was saying it was cursed by a warlock. I thought it would be worth a laugh to see what happened if he got rid of the curse, and it turned into a
This
flump.
one
Oh,
has a tragic tale. Would you like to hear it?
can you help me find eggs to save our friend?
This one can do that.
Okay, can you step over here?
Mittens, no.
Sound of distress from. Oh, okay. Thought that was Agnes off screen being like, "No, Brad, when you're supposed to be helping me."
I mean that too, but also cat.
Mittens attack.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Comrade Mittens. No.
Branwyn does hover and says like, this one is better at detecting psionic energies, but there is a life form here, and it kind of indicates, and you find the egg.
Okay, so yeah, just start pulling scrolls and shuffling about
Yeah.
it. Like, okay, where
Eventually, you find it. It's cool because this one actually like they plan. You're not sure if they planned it after, like, decorated it after figuring out where they were gonna hide it or what. But this one actually has awkwardly written around it, like, made up magic bullshit, as if
hmm
it's supposed to look like a scroll, but it's obviously the wrong shape to be a scroll. But someone took the time to decorate it so it looked like a scroll. You now
that
have 6 eggs.
okay, that's fair.
The Wemma.
There's another one. I suppose we should head downstairs, see if there's any more.
Yeah.
Probably.
Ah,
Branwyn will
ka-tonk,
slowly
ka-tonk,
float. Green
tonk.
Pompey will slowly scurry. Alright.
Hey, Keithan, any luck
Uh,
finding anything down here?
yeah, actually, there's a weird thing right here. I don't
Is
want
it
to touch
egg
it.
shaped?
It vaguely, it looks to be made of crystal. It's animals are not my thing. I stay away from them. Do you want to come get it? I don't want to touch it. It looks gross.
I shall
I'm just gonna.
collect the egg.
I'll just go away.
Thank
Sorry,
you
take
for your
over.
assistance.
I used
There's
my elf
still.
eyes to help.
You did. You
Yep.
did. Good job, lad.
Yep. That's.
There's still some pancakes upstairs for you. Go have
Ooh,
breakfast.
thank you, oh gracious dwarf cook person. Oh, here, actually, you know what? I found this also. And she hands you a bag of spices of some sort.
But still, my beating heart. You found
Yes,
pepper and spices? Oh,
it
bless you, lass.
appears to also be something fancy that you may need to identify later. But she's like, since you seem to be the chef of the ship, it seems only right. Anyways, look,
Appreciated. Much
guess,
obliged.
guess I'll go look for more eggs over here.
Muttons.
Okay. So you do see an egg. This egg's got a weird texture to it, as Kithan said. It looks like it is covered in slime.
Ooh.
Looks like it's got a little crack in it.
Ooh. Healing word?
Oh, there you go. Sure. Or you got like mending or something.
Well, yeah, I suppose mending, but I didn't think mending was could be used on a life form.
Yeah. I guess it depends if you're arguing if you're healing the thing inside the egg or if you're just repairing the crack in the eggshell so it can't leak out anymore.
Both.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and you don't have to roll anything for either of those, right?
I could roll for how much.
Yeah, good.
It,
Roll to make me feel better that you rolled stuff. Roll for heal.
let's see. I don't have healing word at the moment, but I do have cure wounds up. So I guess we'll just use that.
Roll to do
Do
good.
do clerics have? I guess lay on hands is only paladin, huh?
Paladin.
Don't clerics have any kind of thing like that, or maybe that's a higher level?
No, I mean he has cure wounds. Like that's
Right. I thought there was one that was more of a freebie, not a freebie, but a cleric specific ability, not a spell. But cure wounds will do the trick.
I think depending on what kind of
Does the
cleric you are, there's the ability to turn like any spell slot into a heal.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yep. Yes, but you do successfully
It
heal,
heals
repair
4 hit points.
4 hit points. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be a very big life form. But you put your hands upon the shell and utter some holy magic bullshit. And the shell appears to repair itself, and you do feel a warm pulse coming from within. And you get the impression that the egg appears to be okay now. There is
Holy
still
magic
gross
words
goo on the
bullshit.
seat.
Hey, Thor, this one looks like it got hit by a hammer. Am I fixing that?
Yeah, basically.
Get out a napkin or handkerchief or something, wipe it off, pick it
Yep.
up.
There you go. There's now a small notable stain on that particular chair, but maybe no one will notice.
Well, it doesn't come off when I wipe it with the rag.
No, it's like soaked into the seat.
That thing's made out
Ew.
of crystal.
Yeah, they look like they're made out of crystal.
Ooh.
Space egg nonsense. It does look crystalline. It's a very hard shell, but it did have a crack in it, and it was
Well, just-
oozing.
Just get a
Slime.
pillow. Just get a pillow, put it right over that. No one will notice.
There you go. There's a whole pile of like stuff in here, and you just grab a throw pillow and put it there. And you know what? It makes the chair more homey.
You let Prudence use that one.
There you go. Alright,
You're saving. Alright.
good turn. Alright,
Turn over.
back to the outside team. Oh wait, let me bring your people. Also, hold on. Let me so you need a flump and a brain puppy.
Yes.
And still no Larry. Larry has not appeared. And you have not known Larry very long, but you know that Larry, you've gotten the impression that Larry kind of has a mind of his own and sometimes gets into trouble.
Great. Do I have to save my dragon?
Mm.
Mm.
I don't know. Do you have to save your dragon?
Probably goes to my dragon. I'll find him in like a cookie jar all the way down in there. I can't get out.
Yeah. Just crying. Yeah. I'm fine. I meant to be in here, trapped.
Back legs just weakly kicking, tiny little wings beating on the inside of the jar.
Wait, earlier? No, those are earlier. They just look transparent. Can you see
Yes.
Branwyn and Brain Puppy? All right.
Yes.
Branwyn and not squishy. It means squishy.
Oh, I can't.
Mischi? Munchie?
Yes.
No,
it
man.
means you mean squishy.
Yes.
Squishy. Squishy and Branwyn. I cannot select a Branwyn to follow me.
Oh, let me fix that. Controlled by all players. Let's see.
I miss him as a crab.
It's okay. There's apparently 30 more of them somewhere. Can you move them now?
Let me see. Yes.
'Kay.
Alright, we're gonna go down here. And what am I? Did I? Okay, it's good. And I look over at Yen as I see her over there. Just wave my hands and very much like I'm too tired for this shit, but doing it anyway.
You see Yen talking to a cactus.
Okay. And I
Oh,
just
come on. That's
move
not the
on.
weirdest thing you've seen today.
No, but also very much can tell that you are not having it. So I'm gonna go up in here where I found Larry first.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a investigation, perception, persuasion if you're trying to call him out. Intimidation if you're like, get out here this minute, little dragon.
Oh, I'm being attacked. Hold on. Cat. All right. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Sorry.
Investigation. Well, shit.
Holy moly!
Wowza.
You hear from the opposite side of the building a little. Are you like you're like calling Larry? Larry,
Yeah.
come out! And you hear a little Larry call from way over here.
Where?
And let's see, how do I? one. Yes.
Okay. Alright, as I hear the Larry screech,
Yep.
I make my way down to where I dodge. But all three of you must follow me, my good minions. And as I go and get Larry, I look at the brain puppy and say, Brain puppy, we are looking for eggs. I draw an egg shape on the ground. This is what you need to find. Like, you can go off and find, go find an egg, and
You bring
I
up an
will-
interesting point. I don't know if they have eyes, but they have to be able to see somehow.
What are their senses?
That is a good question. Go ahead and make an animal handling check to see if you can convince Squishy to do the thing.
no.
Oh gosh, mind flip, no, not mind flare. We've been calling them brain puppy for so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have to be like, wait, what are they actually called?
well, they're actually called not mind witness.
Intellect
Brain. I'm
hours.
just gonna,
Intellect devourer, that is
intellect
correct.
devourers. Thank you.
Well,
Their senses are. Hey, they've got perception +2. Blind sight.
There you go. They don't need eyes to see.
They are blind, but they can sense tremors. Animal handling. So, like, you can see it kind of tilt its head in a very puppy-like, or tilt its body in a kind of puppy-like fashion, and it looks very cute. But it's not really able to, like, see the drawing that you made. But you see it kind of is like, I guess I'll just search for something, and just kind of wanders over here for a while.
They may produce weird waves. I don't know. Look for random intelligence.
The plods off to go do your bidding. You go to Larry.
Yes, I'm going to Larry.
All right.
Larry.
You find
Hi.
Larry stashed in a bedroom, and he is guarding an egg. And he hisses when you get close. This is his new treasure hoard. No touchy mine. Is the
Larry?
body language you're getting from Larry.
Larry, I'm gonna have to ask you to very kindly not hoard the space eggs.
Are you persuading him?
There's a very good reason why you shouldn't hoard the space eggs.
He just kind of squints at you and like curls in tighter around the egg like, no, you can't fool me. This is my shiny. It is the biggest shiny.
A persuasion of 10. Probably not gonna do much. But
It is a 10.
I continue. Those eggs belong to a very, very angry space mother that is a giant weird space rabbit. And this space rabbit will come and will apparently kill us if we don't give the eggs back. And I am very certain that you would like to enjoy some pancakes.
You see, Larry kind of tilts his head at a giant space rabbit, and Brandon is like, but rabbits do not lay eggs.
Well, this one apparently does. It's space.
It is space.
Space.
Larry grudgingly steps aside from the egg, but he's not like fully convinced that this is a good deal for him. He's
I
looking
will give
around
you
like, do you have any?
pancakes.
Huh?
I will give you pancakes, Larry, and I still have some leftover takoyaki.
All right,
Give
there you
him
go.
shinies.
I also have several shinies.
Yeah. You gotta
I
trade
have-
shine. It takes shiny to get shiny.
I have a sparkle stone.
There you go. You trade your sparkle stone. The little thing that you just got last night.
I mean, that's the only sparkly thing I have, other than
It-
like seashell poker chips.
It is very sparkly. It's not as big as this egg, but it is very shiny. It looks
I
like
also
the beacons.
have like 10 grams worth of jewels.
It's true. Either is
I-
an option. If you hold out the little sparkly stone though, his eyes get really wide and he does like a little happy patter dance. and happily will go over and just try to like take that from you.
Or I have more gems, and I hold out like a fistful of gems.
Are you showing him both at the same time?
I guess.
He kind of looks between both hands, and like you can be like, gems. But there's just something about that little shiny thing that he thinks is super cool. So he kind of like puffs up his chest and goes to take that one instead.
There's more of the gems. You'll have a
Yeah.
bigger hoard if you take the gems.
It's true. But there's something special about that beacon and he wants it.
Is it good for the dragon?
Mm-hmm. There's just, it looks like just another shiny crystal to you, but there must be something about it that he also finds appealing.
Alright, make sure you take care of the crystal. I will give it to you in exchange.
He happily curls up on it and like makes little like talking noises to himself, like meow, 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 meow. Very proud of himself, like I have gotten a good deal today. I am the best dragon. You have another egg. Congratulations.
I am super good at dragoning.
I am so good at dragoning. It's the art of the deal. Alright, Yend.
Yend eventually floats his way up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you call this? An observatory?
There was part of the astronomy lab.
Mm-hmm.
There's like half a telescope there. It's very sad looking.
Yeah. I don't remember if there was if we like actually cleaned this room out before we moved on to the boat.
I think you checked. You guys kind of checked every area
Right.
at one point. I mean, there is a lot of stuff here. There's astronomy books, there's paper and things. But the various scientists have already come to grab some of their belongings also. So, like, this was probably Bruto's area.
Sure.
Well, some of it. You can see that, like, there's clearly a good chunk of the room is missing.
I'm gonna search for the egg, but I'm not going to disallow myself from being distracted if I find something interesting that was left behind.
Okay. Nice.
I got a 17.
Alright. You do see that an egg has been jammed inside half of the telescope. Not actually very well hidden. It totally stands out now that you're looking at it. But next to it, on the desk under the telescope, there's a cool little clockwork amulet of some sort. That it looks like it had some papers on it or something. Looks like somebody forgot about it.
Checking my spells. I'll cast Detect Magic.
Look up what it does again. You definitely get a hint of magic. A vague hint of magic from the egg.
Okay.
And a stronger hint of magic from the amulet.
From the egg as well. Interesting.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Would you say that, like, does casting Detect Magic automatically show you, like, living things? Like, is there an excuse why a living thing would show up when casting Detect Magic?
That's a good question. I was kind of ruling it that if it's a creature that is inherently magical, that
Okay.
it's probably
So
free, but that might be too OP.
yeah, it depends on the creature, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it would depend on the creature.
I'll buy that.
Maybe we'll say the shells also have some magic in them, I guess, to justify.
I believe it. I believe it.
They also have magic upon them to make them look pretty and fancy.
Sure. Do I know anything about this amulet? Arcana check?
Sure. It's got some cool
20.
interlocking gears and stuff. Okay, yeah. It looks like, you feel like you've read about it in a book at some point. This is a clockwork amulet. It is a copper amulet that contains tiny interlocking gears and is powered by magic. It is, if you put your ear to an amulet, you can hear the faint ticking and whirring sounds coming from within. You get the impression that if you make an attack roll while wearing the amulet, you can forego rolling the d20 to get a 10 on the die. Once used, this property can't be used again until the next day.
That's awesome. Does that require attunement?
Nope.
Well, great.
Would it
I'm
be
putting that shit on.
dead?
I put that amulet right on.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, there you
I've been missing out on all the pictures in the chat. Yeah.
go.
Oh no, I missed out on the I was cursed by a warlock picture. That's amazing.
Actually, I think Yend would hang the amulet from his from the branches on his staff.
Is this a second clockwork amulet?
It is.
Okay.
Because I think you guys found one previously in a different part of the institute.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
Interesting.
It's almost like somebody is manufacturing them.
Well,
It's like somebody has a friend who's good at engineering
with that,
and makes shit like that.
okay, great.
Yeah.
If with the amulet secured to his staff, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the egg from its hiding place.
Okay. You now have 9 eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And who is next? Vanril. You're inside, right? Yes.
Correct.
Okay, then in that case, Yend. Yeah, actually, and you've got the highest passive perception anyways.
Mhm.
You hear a weird howling sound. Kind of a howling sound coming from underneath the building.
Okay.
And you see a great, terrible creature. Maybe you see, I assume you see, because there's lots of broken walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna say that you can see it. A horrible creature with long, pointy teeth and tall ears
Uh-huh.
appears. Pretend it's a rabbit. I don't have a rabbit. Wear a rabbit.
Okay.
Thing.
All right.
Crawls out of the rubble and makes a. It's not quite a howling sound. It's more of a shrieking sound. Rabbits make terrible noises. All right.
Right.
They do.
Yep.
Alright, I've returned.
Yep.
By the way,
Riding a giant fucking rabbit.
by the way, hi Todd.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Yeah.
Do you want to be Shaylin right now, Todd?
Sure.
All right.
I am logging in.
You're logging in. And you can see that in one arm he is carrying Shaylin. Whoever dragged him to the scene. Ah, she is here too.
So I saw that thing like all the way from the.
Oh wait, no, it's
That
not.
is-
It's like you promised me eggs, you big brute.
Yep.
Colorful,
So
colorful
Shaylin,
eggs.
you were hiding eggs, and then
Oh, I remember.
this rabbit appeared. This giant rabbit creature appeared out of nowhere and started attacking you.
All right, I need to play this on Google Chrome.
Oh
Yes.
boy. I guess we'll go ahead and add a turn order for you also. I'm going to say that you at least heard that, but you're high enough up you could probably have seen that there's stuff going on down here. But anyways, while he's doing that, Vanril, it is your turn. Inside the
Okay. Am I oblivious to the ongoings outside?
ship. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Okay, where am I? Where should my camera be?
5.
Nope, you're still hunting for eggs.
Great. I head downstairs. And
Rolled low, exempt from responsibility.
yeah, pretty much. And I sashay past a Dwemer. You know, like, if I were a stupid crystal egg, I would probably like a chair.
It's true, but that one's gone. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's a weird stain on that chair though. If you look over there.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Roll another perception check for me.
Yeah, as I'm
Since
just
you're downstairs
wandering
now.
back. 9.
Fuck it. You hear kind of a rummaging sound inside these closets.
I follow the sound of rummaging.
All right, you open the door. You can see Error. He's sitting in a closet over an egg, and he's got like a fork in one hand and a knife in the other. He's kind of poking it with the fork. He's like, I don't know. It's got a really tough shell. I think maybe I gotta cook it. No, go away. This is my breakfast.
Hashtag mage hand.
Just yoink.
My breakfast. No. Make a dexterity check again.
Well,
20.
You get it. You just nailed
Okay,
it
great.
with those dexterity checks. All right. He goes. You watch in slow motion as the fork and knife descend to try to crack open the egg, and the egg just whoops right out of there.
Okay, perfect.
Error gives you just the dirtiest look.
The stink eye.
That is the last time you steal Error Dreadstench's breakfast.
Is he going to attack you?
Error, this isn't edible. Breakfast is waiting for you upstairs.
I know an egg when I smell it.
I like, it's not edible. Not with that attitude.
Definitely.
Just,
Hey, do you want to make a persuasion check? I mean, you've got the egg regardless.
No persuasion check. But if he is going to be, if he is actually going to keep accosting me, there may be an intimidation check in it for him.
Okay. Yeah, he brandishes his I persuade you that this is an egg. He brandishes his fork at you menacingly. He's like, "Oh, you better give that back."
I brandish a fistful of flame at him. 17.
Fair enough. Go get some pancakes.
Yeah, okay.
You enjoy that egg. Hope it's rotten. Anyways, you have all the eggs now.
Okay.
Just these two eggs in like the top left and the top right.
Oh, there are two more. That's alright. I would rather get onto the combat. We're gonna hand wave that and say that you have all the eggs.
Okay. Dwemer, should we regroup with the others since we got a handful of
Oh, actually,
whatever
one of
these
those. You know, you got that
exactly
one.
are?
I suppose.
Okay.
It's fine.
First we fought Santa, now we fight the bunny.
It's like,
We fought
you haven't-
Krampus one year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Alright,
Oh,
so
and a
everyone's going-
candy corn golem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that was
we
fun.
love
We all
those
had to get to make up our own Halloween costumes. I like that here.
Candy corn golem.
And I need NPC. Shit, there she is. Okay. She was outside. So she's probably like over here. Hanging out next to Burger. Alright. I need some tokens for Banril and Dwemer, I'm guessing.
If you're coming outside, yeah.
Nope, that is. Huh. I need to associate tokens, apparently.
Yeah. Weird that that is not done.
Ah, sorry. I thought I did last time. Copy. Copy from the other map. Nope, that other map. Yeah. You're now all in the same room. Hooray. There's another egg there. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You got 10 of them. That's a good number. It is now... Actually, I guess that was your turn. So I guess it would be Dwemer's turn now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and add a turn for him. Shaylin, did you roll initiative?
No, let me do that.
Yep.
19.
19? Nice.
19.
And 18 for Mr. Warehair. Okay. Yeah, so Dwemer, you also come outside, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
You're like,
Apparently.
it seems like we've found all the eggs in here. What's going on out here? As soon as you leave, you do hear a terrible shrieking sound and see a giant rabbit.
Guys, I've been captured. This is so cool.
You great blooming idiot.
And the rabbit just does a rabbity howl at you.
Right, you great beastie. We got your bloody eggs. Let go of the stupid and we'll give them back to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Does it speak common?
That's a good question. Do you want to make an intelligence check, I guess, to know?
You asked for a persuasion check. You got
There
a
you go.
persuasion check.
It kind of tilts its head at you. Oh, there you go, 23.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't click me. It gave it to Brandon. God darn it.
For initiative?
Yes.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to do newer initiatives now that we're actually doing combat? We can do that.
If you really want.
What do you prefer?
No preference.
No preference? I'll go ahead and...
Initiative
One.
one.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
it's better than what you rolled last time.
That's true, that's better than last time. Here, I'll put it on yours. 23.
By a factor so great that it is technically like it would break a calculator.
Yep. You're on there twice. How did this happen? There you go. Can you guys see each other, or is it because I switched maps? Are you now only seeing some of you guys?
I can see everybody.
Okay.
Nope.
I can only see Shaylin and the rabbit on the turn order.
Oh, on the turn order? Yeah, I can't see anybody.
Oh, deleted
Curses.
my turn.
Ah, I deleted the wrong one. Okay.
Yeah,
Stand
the
by.
brown one was technically my turn.
Let me just remove everybody. Okay. And what? Wait, I got Branwyn again. Branwyn, you're not a combatant. And yet. Okay. So we got a 1 for Dwemer, a 23 for Agnes, Vanril. Sorry, I forgot what you got.
Are you talking about the original initiative? Because I didn't roll a new one.
Oh, yeah, if you remember your original one, that's fine. If you want to keep it.
I actually don't remember it, so...
Roll a new one then.
It's 8.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, that should be everybody. Right? Yes, okay. Let me sort it. But I believe it was Dwemer's turn.
So you say.
So we'll go ahead and start with him again. Do you do anything, Dwemer, or are you just like, huh?
Well, you asked me to roll persuasion, so I did.
Oh yes, that's right. So the rabbit beast kind of tilts its head at you, but like you see kind of a madness in its eyes. You get the impression that it's having trouble understanding stuff right now. And that is all you get from it.
I am also no longer on the turn order.
Oh no, Shaylin!
I have ceased to be.
What was your turn again? 20 something?
19.
19. Sending. There you go. Alright, then I guess it is Agnes's turn then, if you're not gonna do anything else, Boomer. I guess that was your action, was talking, trying to persuade it.
Yep.
Alright, Agnes,
Yes.
you turn around, egg in hand, like haha, and there's a giant thing, and it has your friend, or at least your acquaintance, coworker, whatever.
It does.
Yep.
Okay.
Giant rabbit creature.
Mr. Rabbit Creature, we have your eggs, and we are here to return them. Could you return our friend now? Because that was apparently the deal.
At this point, the little fairy, the little pixie, is like, no, that wasn't the monster. It
That
was much
wasn't-
bigger. Also, rabbits don't lay eggs.
I just
And Ishaka's like,
slowly-
wait, that's my brother. Don't hurt him.
I just slowly turn towards the fairy. Just very, very slowly. And I look at it.
Hi,
And
we're friends now.
partially whisper, "You're not helping." And proceed to reassess the situation. And ponder to myself, can I intimidate this thing enough to get it to fuck off without
Go for
killing
it.
Shaylin?
Give it a try.
Alright. I command thee to leave.
Oh, that's pretty good. It does look scared of you. Surprisingly easy to scare off. It does at least let go of her. So Shaylin, you are now free.
I am very not happy with this creature, and I'm just glaring at it, just like, leave.
Its ears like kind of droop, and it looks really sad, and it kind of backs up a ways and does a whatever the bunny equivalent of a whimper is. But it does. It looks around very confused, like it doesn't know what it's doing. We'll just say it retreats to here for now. And at that moment, you hear a weird scuttling sound, and I dramatically reveal from over here the spider.
What?
Appearing out of nowhere, apparently, as if
I
appearing
just
out.
looked over and is like, wait! Wait!
And you hear a voice inside your brain that says, "Give me my children, or die."
Okay, we have your eggs. Do you want them to just set them on the ground so you can take them?
Yes, please.
Okay, here. I set down the egg that I have. Like, I walk over to the table and I set it down. It's like, here you go.
Okay.
It's like, everyone, just bring the eggs back. Just egg. It's Lego my Eggo time.
Lego my egg.
Message everybody. Just Lego my Eggo time. Return the eggs.
Return the eggs. Okay.
I like that you can only target one person per message, but I love that you just have to go through each one at a time. Like, Dwemer, eggs. Vanril, give us your eggs. Yen, bring the eggs.
Oh my god. Hold on, I think I have something to very much share. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I'll find it later.
That's fine. That can be your turn if you're cool with that.
Yes, I end my turn.
All right, Shaylin. You've had a confusing moment, but you are free from the giant were-rabbit creature. It was previously trying to attack you in kind of a confused state.
It was, but now it's not.
Mostly because it is currently cowering away from Agnes.
Uh,
It's very much got the like cornered beast look to it, and this spider thing is looking very menacing.
Yes. So because the spider thing's looking menacing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. I think that's 30 feet. Then Shaylin goes down to Agnes to meet up with, and it's like, okay, now what?
Eggs return.
Eggs
We-
return?
Yeah, we gotta
They-
return them.
They just found all the eggs that you and the pixie had hidden.
Yay! You
game.
found all the eggs.
Oh, Todd, you sound so tired.
Again, my brain is slow, but this is good Shaylin brain.
That's alright. But
Do you
Shaylin, you
leave
do
now?
not currently have any eggs.
Do we leave now?
You gotta no. Everyone else still has to return the
I
eggs.
found what I was
Oh,
looking for.
Mm.
Alright.
so wait, eggs
This
are
actually-
still hidden?
The spider, they are not still hidden. Everybody found the eggs, but they have not returned them to the spider yet. And the spider,
Okay.
upon seeing you, looks really aggressive because it remembers that you were the one that took its eggs. You and the little pixie. You didn't
I
know
hid
it was
them
its
for
eggs, but
tradition.
say again.
I hid them for tradition.
What kind of monster takes somebody else's children
Oh, excuse me.
for a game?
A stupid one.
I think kidnappers and ransomers.
Exactly.
And it kind of rears up and looks extremely menacing at you.
Shaylin's still scratching her head like,
Do you,
did
do you wanna,
somebody kidnap and steal your children?
I just-
You.
I look
Do
and turn. I turn to look at Shaylin, and I'm like, please, just be quiet for 5 minutes. Just no.
Shaylin looks at Agnes and nods
okay.
Good.
Like the zip it motion.
and does the zipping of the lips motion.
Yep. The werehair kind of gets over its fear for a minute and now focuses on the spider and decides that it needs to attack something, and so it's going to attack. So it lets out another terrifying rabbit shriek and charges across the battlefield to start doing battle with the spider creature. It's gonna make it attack.
Battle by spider.
That is actually the best thing that could have happened. Right before my turn.
Yep. Oh, should be a plus on there. It's 5. Yeah, that'll hit. Okay. Why did I close that tab? And you fool. It's a bite attack with its deadly 2 dagger-like sharp teeth. So scary. Bite. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
1d. And it sinks its long chomper teeth in and does 3 poultry damage. And the spider shrieks.
It's a big metal
And
spider.
off from. Yep. It's a phase spider. Pretend it's not metal.
Okay.
It's a space spider.
Oh, okay.
Space spider.
It's a biological spider. It's not a
It is a.
clockwork spider.
It is not a clockwork spider.
Okay.
I just like this one because it was glowing cool.
Okay.
Its carapace is very mechanical looking. Ichaka once again shrieks, "Rudo, no!" and does nothing and just stays over there. With Grudrir, who's also like, "What's going on? I'm gonna hide under this bush." Apparently.
Rudo?
Rudo. Ichaka's like, "Don't the rabbit, my brother. Do not attack him. That's my brother.
I'm sorry, what?
Just don't hurt him. We'll talk about it later." Your turn.
Hold on. That may have drastically changed my strategy.
Fantastic.
Okay. I have it. Yend takes a moment to, like, weigh everything that was just said to him, looks at the eggs, looks back at the spider fight, and then holds his staff aloft, and a beam of light from a nearby star pierces through the branches of it and strikes the area right here. And I cast Moonbeam on both of them.
Oh. Okay. Wait, I thought Moonbeam was like a very narrow isn't it? Is it 10?
It's a 5-foot. It's a 5-foot radius.
So it should hit both of them still.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case,
So they both make a Constitution save. However,
two.
if one of them is a shape changer,
Mhm.
they do it with disadvantage.
Okay.
And if they fail, they revert to their original form.
Got it. Constitution. He rolls with disadvantage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then the other one is straight. So the spider is like shriek, but doesn't change because it's just a spider.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see the were-rabbit arch back and shriek at the sky and shrink a little bit, and it turns into a half-orc. Yay! It turns into a nerd.
And I rolled
Who's
really
very
low.
confused and sad.
So I did 5 radiant damage. Half that if they made the save.
Okay. 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why can't I click you? Because you're on the spider and the spider's huge. Alright. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, so you all see the were hair turn into a half orc.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like covering his eyes and being like, ah, what's going on? No. But he can't do anything. Good turn, Yend. Are you gonna move?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna move. Let's see. I think I only have like 30 feet of movement. Can I float like here?
Yeah, you can cross the gap.
Yeah?
Totally.
Okay. Yep, that's my movement.
All right. Vanril.
Okay. Vanril will traipse over across the tentacles, holding. I think I have 2 of the eggs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. I think at this point you each have 2.
And I don't know where exactly we were putting them, but
Here, let me grab an egg.
On the table.
Yeah, well, yeah, table's good.
okay. Well, then double move to the table and just pile them on, and then
Okay.
step safely out of the spider range.
Yep. You have currently 4
Is
eggs on the
there
table.
such a thing as being safely out of giant spider range?
Yeah, out of spider range. Okay.
Of this eminent spider, yes.
Mm-hmm. Dwemer. Oh, I just realized. Because I deleted the werewolf form, you don't have a turn. That's fine. Oh, says Kiki.
Scourge.
Alright, so pretty much the same thing as Vanril. I'll double move back up to the table, drop the eggs off.
Okay.
The last couple squares, I'm gonna grab this dweeb and pull him back away from the spider.
Help.
Alright, now that we're all rationally thinking creatures, there's your eggs. Please take them and don't mind the idiot. He was a were-bunny.
Yeah. Okay. The spider chitters menacingly, but just continues to watch. Is that all the eggs? Did everybody get a chance to drop their eggs off? Oh, Yen still needs to. Chris, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mic was off. Yes, I do still have have
Okay.
2 eggs.
All right. Agnes, it is back to your turn. Although, if it seems very clear that Yend is returning the egg, we can drop combat if you want.
I mean, I don't think this was a fight.
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing where things go at the moment, but if it looks like we're still doing the diplomacy thing, then yes,
Yeah.
I would probably dispel the moonbeam.
Actually, that's a good point. So the spider's still a bit on alert. You may need to make another persuasion check to convince it you don't mean any harm.
Am I making this persuasion check, I'm assuming?
Yeah, if you want. So I guess it
Alright.
is your turn, and you are very persuasive.
Yeah.
Spider's
Look.
like,
Your friend moonbeamed me. Ouch, that hurts.
I apologize for the moonbeam. It was to get our other friend to not attack you. And I apologize for this knucklehead. Looks over at Shaylin.
That was very rude.
We did not approve of their actions.
I mean, you can salute her.
25.
very good. The spider, you see the spider put its limbs down and stops doing the menacing battle stance and just waits patiently for its last eggs to be delivered. So we'll go ahead and end the turn order there. Yen, you come drop off your eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. It's watching, it will scuttle over the egg cluster and kind of scoop them under it. And like you can see, it actually sticks them to its belly. And just gives one final like at you and scuttles off with its eggs.
I'm mad.
Forget the debt. Yep.
No touching. Don't do it again.
I solved everything
Darn
by pure
kids.
fuck energy.
Yep.
Yay!
And congratulations, you defeated the Easter spider.
That was amazing.
And
Oh my
Arabella
Easter
flutters
spider.
over to you, is like, "Hey, good work. I think they had fun. Good work, Shaylin."
I mean, I couldn't have done it without my friends.
Oh god, no. Stop.
Don't start. Don't.
Stop.
Don't.
Be quiet, creature.
So,
Who's ready to ship off?
yep. You're like, oh,
Yes.
we're done with this place.
Straight away.
Fuck this
Yep.
place.
All
Alright.
right.
Do we have everything? Do I have my brain puppy still?
Yeah, he wandered off, but you can like whistle and he'll come back.
Whistles. Brain pupperoony. Yes,
Squishy.
she's a good boy. Good
Ah.
squishy. Larry.
He's very hard to grab.
Larry,
Oh,
are you
yes.
coming, Larry?
I was having fun floating around. This one was having fun floating around.
I
This one
pet
forgets to talk like a hen or something.
I pat my flump.
It turns yellow with pink polka dots. You get the impression it's in a good mood. And the pixie is like, oh, that would have been a good Easter egg. That would have been a good egg decoration pattern. I'll remember that for next time. Whackity smoke. Anyways, you all go back on the ship and set this place on fire.
Larry?
Oh, Larry's coming. He's got his little shiny thing in his mouth.
Yes, come, Larry. We must
He
leave.
prances. Still very smug dragon energy. And I just copy everybody and take you to the other map. Let's try that. Well, anyways, this about wraps up. So, okay. Ichaka is going to, like, Rudo is looking kind of out of it still. Doesn't seem like he was aware of what he was doing. I don't know if anybody has questions about that. If you guys are just gonna be like, "Well, that was weird," and never ask.
Oh,
about it again.
we definitely have questions about him being a were bunny.
Yep.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck was that all about?
How did you get to be a werewood?
Uh, and he kind of like he sits down and wipes his brow and just looks very nervous. He passes around for his glasses, remembers that they're fucked up and he can't use them, and looks sad. There was there were some lycanthropes passing through the jungle about a month ago, I guess, and I went out to investigate, and I was bitten. I've been trying to keep it under wraps. I had medicine, but it was I've been taking medicine to keep it under control, but the medicine was in my room, and the room is apparently not in space. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I
for
hope
the
I.
love of Thor, remove curse.
Thank you. Oh, he doesn't know you have that power. That is fine. He was not there when you removed the curse on the flight.
But before we go any further, is anyone on this vessel cursed?
Anyone else cursed?
We'll have to wait for tomorrow and do something about it if that's the case.
No, but I want them to
Like,
declare it.
well, actually-
I want them to declare it right now.
Yep.
Aye.
Van from the corner is just literally or metaphor.
Kithen's like, yes, I was gonna say that also.
I
No.
don't
If
think
anyone is suffering under a literal curse that may affect the well-being of the party members mentally or physically, by all means, get back to me in the morning and I'll see what I can do. I'm all tapped out for the day.
Rudo just kind of like grabs your hand and frantically shakes it. Just, thank you. Seriously, thank you. I didn't know how to fix it. Thank you.
You
And he
never
starts
thought
crying.
of talking to a priest. I mean, Christ. I mean, Odin.
Yeah, Thor. Thor. It was a new thing. I didn't know. I didn't even know how to fix it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. I'm sorry.
Science, technology, and religion are a three-particide fucking branch of systems. They will work interconnectedly. If you can't fix it with science, you can't fix it with tech, you talk to a fucking priest.
In my defense, up until this very moment, I didn't believe that Thor was real.
It doesn't matter if it's Thor. I mean, any priest will do. Don't you have a church in your little college town?
Oh, it's true. I went to talk to a frog, but I think he ripped me off. He gave me some garlic and stuff to eat. He gave me like a oh, I'm blanking on the word. A not real cure for lycanthropy.
Snake oil.
Snake oil. He was a snake oil salesman. Rudo got ripped off. He's super gullible.
Always go to the actual church building. I mean, this is kind of an emergency slapdash, automated cleric thing on the fly sort of deal, but in the future, if you find yourself, I don't know, beaten by a were-rabbit, cursed by a warlock, shat upon by an angry witch, talk to a priest. Okay?
That is wise. I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Dwemer. You are
Aye.
most generous. We are very lucky to have you with us.
Thor,
Stand by. Pixie, whatever. Does anybody else have any closing comments for the evening? Or are we gonna fade out here with people grumbling?
We leave.
that fairy.
What about the fairy?
Are we gonna yeet it at any point? Just
Eh.
like looks at
If you
everybody
want
else.
to.
It's like
I mean,
this thing is causing problems and is only increasing the issue that is Shaylin.
I'm not sure yeeting would be of any use to something that can fly and where there is zero gravity.
right?
I mean,
Arabella hides behind Shaylin.
space.
We're friends. Best friends, right? Tee
Don't
Shaylin
cause
offers the fairy
problems.
or pixie protection in her bag.
Just side eyes the fairy pixie and like, yeah, just don't cause problems again and don't encourage whatever this was.
We were just trying to make everybody happy.
Ask permission.
Consent, please.
Yes.
Lass, I know you think you mean well, but the long and short of it is not everyone wants to be happy.
That's deep.
Not everybody wants to be happy.
Don't talk with your mouth full,
Shaylin
Shaylin.
says, while eating
Yeah.
food hungrily. You look over and Shaylin's actually got one of the eggs and she's
Yeah, right.
ooh, chocolate filling.
Oh, no.
Let's get the fuck out of here before the spider comes back.
Yeah.
Nice. And see.
Well, this has been stupid.
I'm glad I could make it that
Yeah.
way.
Thank you everybody for participating in our Easter event, I guess.
Woo!
This is great.
I've never done an Easter D&D game before.
Hey, neither did I.
Good practice.
This was a good thing.
This was fun.
So, schedules.
Alright, I'm saying goodnight to
hopefully I have
Twitch.
good- Oh, good night, Twitch.
Good night,
Good night,
twin.
Twitch.